Why is it? Okay, so I haven't been talking, and I don't know if I'm even gonna post this. I thought I'd just jam. I saw someone else doing it, but basically, what I'm doing right now is I have all the data. So I have all the customer research, the benefits, the pain points, the kind of unique story of the instructor and the case study. It's all kind of in this doc, and I fed it to AI. And basically, what I'm doing now is I'm creating the flow or the story of the VSL. So right now I'm doing the body. I've also started on a kind of like 8 different leads we'll test. But basically, I'm trying to think. All right, you know, we're going to start with a shocking fact and then lead into the problem and then lead into the root cause and then justify their failures and then bring up a new. So I'm trying to think about how to piece it together, and I'm writing gibberish because I don't even really need to write it. I can just write the flow and the placeholders, and then I put X's here, right? So when I feed it into AI, like I'll do probably in like 20, 30 minutes once I beef this out, is AI can fill in the blanks with the perfect words that the avatar is saying and using. So I don't need to do all the manual fucking like typey. It's more just flowy and idea and making sure that it's hitting. And then I can upload it into Claude, like I'll do in a second. It takes like 10 minutes, maybe like 15, 20 minutes to get it back. So I'm just kind of figuring out how we're going to, I guess I can go deep. What I'm trying to do with VSLs, basically there's 2 parts. There's leading up to the offer, and then there's kind of the offer part. And basically the first, 60, 70% of it isn't really selling the product. It's more teaching and showing and entertaining and trying to get them to believe my kind of premise or the unique mechanism or system that I have in the product. So it doesn't feel like I'm selling, I'm teaching. Oh, here's a stat, here's a case study, here's an interesting like piece of science. Did you know this? And I'm kind of planting all these seeds so that when we get to the offer, that all roads lead to me. I'm the only product that can give them what I've just taught them. So in this example, it's a positive psychology one. Some kind of like it's basically some kind of like mental training morning routine, but we kind of came up with the angle where it's like you're hypnotizing yourself in the first 5 minutes of waking up when your brain waves are kind of, subconscious, and you can plant happiness into your subconscious, right? So I need to kind of craft that argument so that by the time before I get to the offer, the prospect's like, oh, okay, the only way for me to, get over my anxiety or be happier, XYZ benefit is by reprogramming my subconscious when I'm in the waking state, right? And then once I have that, that's like, oh, well, guess what? We have like the only program that actually does that where we blah, 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 blah. And then that sells way easier. Instead of being like, oh, hey, we got a product, and then people are skeptical. So it's kind of like educational, entertaining TikTok style vibe. And then we go in for the kill. All right, back to silence. Damn, no comments. What a loner. And the second you're actually awake. All right. I know no one's listening, but maybe on a playback, we might get 2 viewers and then you're getting the secret sauce. But basically, what I've done now is I've kind of thought of some kind of lead and hook ideas, which will kind of be like 8 lead different hook variations. So we'll do that at the end. Now I'm kind of doing the main intro to the body leading up to the offer to sell this course. And again, I know it's messy and it's probably unreadable, but the AI will understand what I'm saying. Is basically I built this flow with like X placeholders based on like frustrations, problems, objections, stories that I'm going to feed AI, and I'm trying to get them to the place of like believing my kind of like ultimate um, marketing thesis, my kind of like one belief, where by the end of this, through evidence, through stories, science, case studies, examples, basically now at this point, they should be believing that the only way for them to, cure their sadness, cure their anxiety, to be happier, more in the moment, build better relationships, kind of that feeling, that the benefit, the only way to do that is to reprogram their subconscious mind in the first 5 minutes of waking, through this process, right? So now they believe that, and I haven't even mentioned the product yet. So I've got them to believe that, and then I introduce the product. It's like, oh, well, how do you do it? Well, there's this new 5 minute system that's the only of its kind that uses this, and then we go into the pitch. So yeah, it's like, this probably goes for maybe like 10, 12 minutes, and there's no selling. So it's like an educational YouTube video, but I have them right where I want them. And then obviously, with a good offer, good benefits, all that stuff, and a good funnel. And now it's just kind of going into the close. So that's kind of different for every single VSL, because, there's like templates, but it's like every market is different and there's different sophistication levels. So it's just kind of hitting them over the head, making it engaging. And now with the offer, really all it is just like, all right, introducing the product. Hey, here's a product. Here's how it works. Here's what you do. A little bit of future pacing, case studies, benefits. I'll handle objections through there as well. And then go into the bonuses, the offer stack, bonus, ultimate value stack, anchoring with like high emotion, also price anchoring to therapy and other methods, building up that value, and then delivering the price at the peak of emotion and kind of value build up, and then guarantee, handle objections, go for the close. Hopefully this gets sales, and then if it doesn't, we'll just hit them with amazing retargeting. So I'm going to build the offer section now. And for context, once this is all done, I just kind of feed the whole thing into Claude, and it kind of like fleshes out all the specifics for me. And for context, this one's pretty interesting because it's more of a business and a company and a product, and less of a personal brand behind it. So we're actually hiring a UGC creator who's an actress to do the VSL. So it's going to be a very much of a e-com kind of UGC video, where instead of them being like, oh, I'm so great, look at my course, buy it. It's going to be like a UGC creator who's a customer. Oh my God, I had this problem and I tried this course. Oh my God, it's amazing. Here's how it works. Try it. And it's a lot more believable. So we'll try it. And you get this Zin out. All right. That's the number one hack as well. If you want to write fat VSLs, get some Zin and some coffee and you're on. All right. It's new. Ah, fuck. Another thing as well, which I'll kind of rant on, but there's not too much of a difference. But when you're selling BizOp or kind of B2B and it's all about money, there's emotion there as well. But a lot of the proof needs to be technical and show results and show specific outcomes and case studies. When we go with a more emotional product, in this example, like happiness or kind of like anxiety, a lot of the selling power comes from emotion. I try and feed a lot more emotion, and stories and pains and benefits and future pacing and things like that around the offer. Where if it was BizUp, it'd be more numbers. Oh, here, this person made 10,000. This. So, yeah, probably not relevant to everybody. I'm just ranting. First. And the cool thing as well, if you have course content or bonuses or the information written out somewhere, you can like feed it into AI and then it can give you, module one, module two. So- all right. Yeah. Mm. Happiness. Another thing as well, which is a random tip for anybody listening, is when you need to think a lot about entertainment and pacing. If you just have one long paragraph and then one long paragraph, and then people kind of get really, really bored writing it. So whenever you're listing things, especially if you're going through the program, usually it's like you want to start with like the biggest thing, which is like, oh my god, this is good. You describe its benefits and the benefits, and then the next one is a little bit shorter, maybe like two sentences and then one sentence, just to keep the kind of pace flowing and different, different, I guess, sentence and like a length of ideas to keep things interesting. I don't know if I explained that well. It's kind of a bit of like a deep, like autistic kind of copy thing. Happiness affirmations. Uh, uh, Hmm. All right. So we finished the offer. Now, because it's more of an emotional kind of like mental happiness one, it doesn't need to be too technical. I'm only selling it. We'll test different prices, but I think the price ranges on this between like 40 and $100. So it doesn't need a huge like CTA and like a fucking like 3 hour Russell Brunson webinar. And I'll mention as well, this is going to be going on the running as an on Facebook feed VSL. So it's probably like a 16-minute video, and with this different hooks. So basically, I've done the kind of main body, setting up and proving the argument that the only way to be happy is to reprogram your subconscious mind in the first 5 minutes of waking because of XYZ brainwaves. Right? Got them to that point. Oh my god, I believe this, and then introduce the product. This is the only program that has guided 5-minute sessions in the morning here. Here's what you do, future pace the benefits, here's the bonuses, here's the guarantee, here's the offer, here's a CTA, without being too pushy. So we've done, and then basically, what I'm gonna do, which is absolutely dope, and your mind's about to be blown, is I copy all of this, and I've already fed Claude all the information. So the customer research, the actual product, all the information, all of that stuff. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it in. So I just say fix spelling, fill in X blanks. As avatar, I usually have a prompt for this, but my computer crashes. So fix spelling, fill in X blanks, same language as avatar, change nothing else. Boom. And then I copy the script. While that's being written, I'll show you what it looks like. So we fed all the the flow with the X placeholders, and now AI is going to fill in the blanks to make it perfect. So that's going to be writing, and then in the background, what I'm doing, which is like the funnest part of this whole shit, is the hooks and the lead. So whether we're running ads, whether we're running VSLs, basically we're going to test 8 hooks at the start, right? So instead of just sending one angle where it's like, oh, hey, you could be happy in 5 minutes with this new system, and then we just test that. That may not work, or it may not work as well as something else. And then if it doesn't work, we're fucked. So instead, we test 8 different angles as the lead. So it could be like neuroscientists have discovered this new hat, blah, 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 blah. And then we go into the body. Or it could be if you're feeling like depressed and anxious, blah, 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 go into the body. It could be if meditation didn't work for you, then this is the new, boom, going. And we're testing 8 of these, right? And most of the time, a few of them work. Sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4 work. And it's all about finding that winner. So we may find that the anti-meditation angle could crush in the lead. That's the best performing ad, and then we can just make more ads, make more content, to change the funnel copy to better reflect that angle. But it's basically giving us like a ton of ammunition that we can re-edit. So it's writing it out, and then I come back here and kind of just think of the craziest hooks, like kind of like viral TikTok, shocking, really really personal, that I can get to test. So I'm just going to bang this out, and exactly the same writing style as the body, where I'm not actually typing it word for word. I'm kind of like giving the flow and then typing X as placeholders for Claude to fill in. Neuroscience, new hack. All right, so I've just done all the different hooks and in video simple. And all right, so the VSL has been the V1 at least has been written. So I'm going to feed it. I'm going to feed it the hooks, and then I'm going to copy this shit. Copy to. All right, so we're like 80% there. This is never going to be perfect. So as a recap, what we've done is we've like done a ton of research on the customers, on the product, on the avatar, on the market. We've synthesized it internally to understand the kind of big idea and the strategy, and we've come up with that. We've also fed it to Claude AI, to kind of note stuff. We've come up with 8 different VSL leads or hooks, right? We've written out the body. We did it in a draft form where we put X for the placeholders, and then we fed that to the AI for the AI to fill in the blanks. So, okay, XYZ problem frustration, Claude's going to feed it in. Big benefits, feed it in. Case study. So it's kind of fleshing it out. And now, as an example, I've probably been doing this for like an hour. If I take all of this and I go, all right, how long will this video take roughly? Yeah, so I've been doing it for an hour. Let's see how long at least the V1's going to go for on this. I'm going to guess it's around six, okay, 8 to 10 minutes. Cool, roughly. Alrighty, so now the final step is kind of going through and editing it, because AI is really good and it gets there, but sometimes it kind of messes up. Sometimes it doesn't, but you want to read through this, and then basically the same thing. I use X to kind of like prompt the AI, but I leave feedback and edit it. So it's like XXX, change this word, XXX, more urgency, XXX, whatever. And I feed it back in AI, and then AI kind of rewrites it. Yeah, I'm just going to read this in my head and kind of and edit it like a chief editor in chief or something, whatever it is. So. Okay. fire. It's fire. Claude's cooking today. So as an example here, I feel like we needed to beef this up with some more specifics. So I just do like placeholder for more, bang, and then Claude's gonna write it back for me. Boom. Is all right. This is dog shit. You know what? That's actually pretty fucking good. Fuck, this is good. Hypnos. Oh wait. Jesus Christ. All right, guys, we're on. That's on. This is absolute fire. Uh, Probably about 12 minute VSL. Not sure how long it's been gone for, maybe like an hour and 15, but yeah, this is good. And we're going to ship it. So thanks for joining. Uh, there's probably no viewers, but thanks for watching the live stream. For the one viewer that came, whoever you are, mad respect. And if anybody's watching it on a replay, try this out. Sorry it was silent, but it needs to get done. I thought I was feeling pretty lonely. All right.